We should be live now on YouTube.
There's my full screen button. There's my full screen button. I haven't seen the notification come in for YouTube yet.
Me neither.
Oh, there it is. Let me make sure that my volume is down.
You're usually the first one. There's nobody in the chat. You're usually the first one.
I'm going to say first. There we go. Perfect.
Connected to Mojo 50.
Woohoo.
Is Facebook gonna be up?
No.
Oh shit! Should have
It was put out. It was put out there that it wasn't going to be on.
Okay. It's been so.
It was only going to be on YouTube, but I didn't get a notification. Oh wait.
I got the notification. for
I guess
YouTube.
I did on my phone. It still ain't come up on computer for whatever reason.
Yeah, it did for me, at least on at least on the computer it did. Or on the iPad.
Hello folks, anybody watching and all that happy?
Jill Hightower, Nights.
Hi Jill. How are you doing?
Rocki's here and she's still the first. I love it.
I just had to. One of those things that means absolutely nothing anymore. But,
well, it means something to us.
but I'm here. So technically speaking, I'm stealing the first.
Oh, you had some
from
insider.
From anybody. I had the inside track.
Yes,
I had
you
the
did.
Inside off track.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you. I'll be here all night.
Oh, I didn't put it out at Twitter. Damn it.
Hello, Timothy Ratliff. Hello, Jill. Hello, Nee. It's a party.
Jill is a
hello, Mikey.
Jill is an old camping buddy.
Wow.
We're in we've been camping a couple times. It's good stuff. Love camping.
Hey, Sarah, I didn't get a chance to tweet this out. If you get a chance just to tweet that we're live and on YouTube tonight, no Facebook.
On Facebook, yes. Please, Miss Sarah. Thank you.
Willie.
Hey, Willie.
Where's the music? Are we?
We ain't ready yet, are we?
7:03.
You're forgiven, me.
Oh,
You're forgiven.
Oops. Wasn't watching.
It's not a train wreck if something doesn't go wrong.
Well, the timing is going to be off.
Oh, crap.
I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, it's going to be off about 10 seconds. So.
10 seconds? Okay.
Or a couple of beat offs. Or
Yeah.
beats off.
It's already been a crazy Sunday.
Something like that.
So I'm sure everybody in the country, if you're in the United States, is probably experiencing some cold weather. Even in South, by God, Mississippi, it's been in the 40s, which is really cold for us here. I know up north it's a lot colder, but it was 70 degrees for Christmas and New Year's here. But I've been out and about all day and unusually busy for a Sunday. I don't know if any of you guys know that I have that side gig, walking dogs. It's on an app. And
Cool.
It's not a bad side gig to have.
No.
Especially when the weather's nice.
I can't believe I didn't know about this sooner. Like, if any of you guys just want to make a couple of extra dollars every once in a while, save for, I don't know, going to Nashville with Off Track next season or whatever. It's I actually charge a little more than the average in the area, only because of I have credentials. Did I tell you I was in the Navy?
You are a professional.
Yeah.
You have a license. You're not just any random dog walker.
Yeah. So I think, $15 per dog per half hour. So did that a lot today, but I also, anybody here in the audience that's a Jeep owner or Chrysler? So my Cherokee has been like, in the shop, literally in the shop, and unable to drive since September. And a friend of ours who's a big Jeep guy, well, he likes big Jeeps and he's a big guy. So I kept getting these notifications on the dashboard. It was transmission, emergency brake, and I really thought that I needed a transmission for the longest time, and I changed I tried to do everything. It was only a wheel sensor. And he said it's really common with Jeeps. And a lot of people actually take their vehicle to the dealership, Chrysler or Jeep dealership, and they end up paying like $1,200 for, not only a transmission, but anything else a dealership is going to find.
A simple fix.
Yeah.
My mind, and I didn't believe him. My friend Kevin, I didn't believe him because I was like, nothing in my life is that easy to fix. Don't tell me it's just a wheel sensor. It's got to be FUBAR'd. But nope, back on the road in my Cherokee, and it was only a wheel sensor. So, yeah, don't be too quick to go to the dealership for shit like that.
It's always good to have a trusted mechanic. That's usually what we do. I mean, we've gotten relatively lucky that the vehicles that we have are still new. And they would still be under warranty. But usually the first thing that we do is we take it to our mechanic. Hey, can you take a look at this? Check to make sure what it is. And they'll usually tell us it's an item that's still under warranty. Take it to the dealership. They'll take care of it for you. And if it's something simple, they'll just tell us like, well, fix it, we'll replace it or whatever.
It's always good to know a guy because this guy, Kevin, he has his own shop. I think I can't remember exactly. He might work on big trucks, diesels, but he also has a lot of Jeeps. So he took his equipment from the shop over to my house. It was like some $5,000 machine
Half-on machine, yeah.
Yeah, that he just plugged in and it read all the codes. And I'm like, well, if it was just why don't they have a wheel sensor code? Why did it say transmission and service brake? Like, I'm trying not to be a conspiracy theorist about this, because I've been doing my best to debunk conspiracy theories lately, but this, I can't wrap my head around it. Like, why can't it say wheel sensor?
I think that they sell the little machine that reads the codes on Amazon for like $50-$60. I mean, you could go to like an AutoZone or Advanced Auto Parts or whatever, and they'll read the code for free for you. But even there are some some auto parts shops that don't do that anymore. In the past 2 years, a lot of things have changed, and that has been one of them. So it's like sometimes if you can just afford to buy the little machine yourself, then just buy it. Just buy it and go online. Google is there spying on you for absolutely everything. If you type in the code,
GTS,
the machine tells you, it'll tell you what it is.
GTS, Google that shit.
Google that shit. That's right. It's there. That's what Google's there for. Answer all your questions.
Yes, and it does.
Sometimes even things that you don't want answers to.
Ew, yeah. Some things you don't.
So how old is this Jeep that you have?
It's 2015. I tend to want my vehicles. I'm not one of those people that likes to turn over my vehicles all the time. Once it's paid off, I like to enjoy a free and clear vehicle for a while. And nowadays, it's not like back in the 80s when you bought a vehicle, it reached 100,000 miles. It's FUBAR'd from there on out. So
no. Here's the thing. Back in the old days, when it reached 100,000 miles, it's because people weren't taking care of their vehicles. Because I had an 89 Pontiac Sunbird that I religiously, and it was my grandmother's car at first.
I can picture that.
And
I'm seeing
yeah,
your happy
and,
face in that vehicle right now.
and we got 300,000 miles out of it. Why? Because we did general maintenance.
Yes.
You know, you have to stay on top
Yeah.
of the maintenance. All the vehicles we've had have been well over 200,000 miles before we got rid of them. So yeah, we had a 94 Explorer that we just got rid of, I don't know, 7-8 years ago. It had 250,000 miles on it. We bought it when it had 100,000 and put the other 150 on it. So
That's smart. So when it comes to keeping up with maintenance on a vehicle, what is your opinion on places like Take 5, like the 5-minute oil change places? Do you think that's legit just for maintenance, or do you think that it's doing something bad to your vehicle?
no, if you change the oil, that's great. I don't know. Does Take 5 do anything else other than change the oil?
I go get my oil changed. I feel like that's bill worthy. They check the fluids, tire pressure, and windshield wipers and air filter inside your
I
car.
mean, it takes more than 5 minutes. We use Express Oil there, Express Oil / Tire Engineers.
Yeah.
And, you know, they say, oh, it's a 10-minute oil change, but they take a little bit longer than that. They do like the security inspection, check something or other. They tell you, check your blinkers, check your brake lights, check your reverse lights, wipers, little things here and there. They top of your windshield wiper fluid, and you're out in 15 minutes.
They changed my blinker fluid for me last time too, which is super helpful.
I'm sure.
Yeah, so Kirk's Tasty Jill Hole, they had an Equinox that took a crap on them, and I was like, really? There's something wrong with the Equinox? Because that's what we had. And I went and looked, and yeah, there was a bad batch of Equinoxes that went out, and I think there's like some sort of class action lawsuit against Chevy.
What?
Well, that's also another thing that you want to take seriously. It's check periodically for recalls of your vehicles, because there are things that you're like, oh, that's not going to affect me. Well, as someone who works for a company that deals with autos and the automotive industry, I can tell you that it helps to keep track of what's been recalled and what the fixes are out there, because for the most, the dealerships will take care of it for you, but it could be something that may be minor, or it could be something that could be really serious, and it could impact the how well the car is going to perform. So stay on top of those recalls too. Yeah,
I am. I'm nearly. Where's the bell? I'm anal.
Are you?
On maintenance? Yeah, I flush my brake fluid regularly. I have the dealership have them do that, because that's something a lot of people don't do, and it will save your butt down the road, is having your brake fluid system flushed. You want to get new brake fluid in there. Probably, I would suggest, whatever the vehicle is, every 50,000 miles.
So when you change your fluids and get on top of that helps with keeping the mechanical parts intact. It helps. It decreases the metal on metal contact and metal shavings and debris getting in your system.
Keep everything nice and lubricated.
Yes.
It's always a good thing.
Yes, it is. Get all
things are a little bit tougher when things are dry down there,
Ooh, that's painful for the car. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So, shit. I just got a text message. My son's game has been canceled again.
Oh.
I guess COVID stuff. Everything is just
everything is COVID, and everything's being canceled.
Yeah, it sucks because he really needs to get out, and do stuff.
I just want to throw this out there as a rusty philosophical quote. Erasers slowly die because of your mistakes.
Say that again. What slowly dies?
Erasers slowly die because of your mistakes.
I'm putting that on a poster with a kitten.
Yeah, just remember that.
I'm making. Are you sure you want to use a kitten
t-shirt.
and not the guy standing on top of a mountain? with like the splendor of like the Grand Canyon ahead of him.
One of my favorites is the dog looking out the window going, I always just wondered who really is a good boy. Rusty, what was that other quote? Your other one. Every day is.
Dang it, I lost where'd it go.
Every day is the end of.
Oh yeah, every day is the end of a billion years.
Mm-hmm.
Every single day.
I think that is so deep.
So if evolution was a thing, why are we not seeing all kinds of stuff every day?
I know.
That's a thinking man's statement. It really makes you ponder.
Yeah, Rusty's very, very deep.
Philosophical, yes.
Yeah,
Sometime.
he philosophizes a lot.
This one really gets me. If you get a loan from the bank, you pay it off in 30 years. If you rob it, you're out in 10.
That is food for thought. Like, yeah. What are you doing Thursday?
Right?
So, speaking of COVID, I saw this week on the national news, I forgot, ABC, Fox, something like that, that they were calling up the military to go help with emergency rooms and hospitals in a few states. Rhode Island was one of them, and my aunt works at, or aunt, however you guys say it, works at Rhode Island Hospital. And I texted her, I was like, hey, is everything good? I heard, National Guard and the military have been activated to come up there. And she said, Melissa, it's really not that bad, the way they're hyping this up. It's not the COVID cases. It's not the staffing. It is the staffing. Nurses are getting paid to be traveling nurses. This kind of goes in with my story about the dog walking thing, because right now my highest paying client is a traveling nurse from Detroit down here in Mississippi, and she's going to stay here, I think, for 12 weeks. But, I didn't really think anything of it. I'm not that nosy. I'm not going to ask her, how much she's being paid. My aunt told me at the lowest, these traveling nurses get paid $10,000 a week.
Holy crap.
And they left. So all of these, because of the pandemic and because of everything that's going on, so many places are short-staffed, but it's incentivizing the nurses to leave their hospital to go be a traveling nurse somewhere, and to go to and mostly, especially if you're living up north and it's nice to go down south, get a little break from the cold weather. Mm-hmm. They're taking it. And, this lady that I watch her dogs. I mean, she never questions when I, request money from her or whatever. So my aunt also said, have you guys seen probably all over in the job market where there's incentives to sign up? You get a sign-on bonus. Mm-hmm. So when these traveling nurses are done traveling, they go back to the hospital and get the re-sign-on bonus after making $10,000 a week for 12 weeks.
So they're making money hand over fist, and then they go to states with lower cost of living, and even if they're staying at Airbnbs or places like that in a different state, they're still saving a shit ton of money.
So is that really cool? Like, good for the nurses, or is that like it's a little manipulative? It might be a controversial opinion. I was just I feel bad for the patients that are losing out on care, but I also, if I were a nurse,
it's a little bit of both, because you get to work in a different environment. You get to be challenged by a different kind of patient, I would say. But at the same time, you're kind of exploiting the system because this is being offered. And, of course, everybody likes to make more money. And if that's the way that you want to make more money, then, more power to you. And if you have the flexibility to do it, especially nurses, if they have any kind of, student loans for nursing school, medical school, or if they want to get into medical school, that extra money comes in handy. But at the same time, I feel like it's an incentive that's being, well, I have my opinions on the matter, but it's an incentive that's based on a premise that I don't necessarily agree with. But, for their experience, if they go somewhere else and they learn other skills, that when they go back to their original hospital, it only helps enhance their interaction with patients, then hey, more power to them.
Right. What do you think, Rusty? Do you have an opinion on it, or
whatever? Hello, nurse.
That's all he cares about. That's all he cares about is who's wearing the nurse outfit. And are they hot? I think the most important question.
I think my aunt's take on it I think she was talking about manipulating the system, but she was kind of talking about all the nurses on her floor where they're still getting paid regular. They show up for work every day regardless. And they're still getting paid
there's
regular.
No incentive for them to stay.
Yeah, there's no like retainer
with the patients that are already there.
Yeah. But fair and equal are two different things.
That's right.
Pretty much.
Sorry, folks. The timing is going to be off on the show because I wasn't paying attention. So I don't know. It'll go out and come in whenever it does. And
you'll know when the music plays.
Yeah, we'll just follow the music. Follow the music.
Just it'll cut off 10 seconds before it's supposed to because I was late. Whatever. I don't know. Who knows? It just
whatever.
Wasn't paying attention. Sean wasn't here to call out the timing for me, and it screwed me up.
So where is Sean?
He's in jail right now. I know. I'm sorry.
Again?
I know I wasn't. So, but yeah, again.
Are we collecting funds again?
No. We're gonna let him detox.
This time. Yeah.
Because he's got to learn his lesson.
Yes. Stealing candy. From babies and kissing mommies. What was it? No, wait, kissing hands and shaking babies or something. I don't know.
Pressing flesh.
Yeah. So.
Questionable behavior.
Yeah.
No means no.
Does it though?
Oh my God.
Well, it depends. It depends on how it's said. It's like
No, he's on the road working. He had a bad week last week and his schedule got all screwed up. So he's trying to make money, blah, blah, blah. Whatever.
It's always money, isn't it? It's always money.
Knights Who Say Me has the right. Send Sean's bail money to warhorselegacy.org. That's warhorselegacy.org where, you can help some veterans out. And thank you, Knights.
And their families.
Especially veterans that aren't out committing crimes like Sean.
Well, yeah. We won't use him as an example.
Yeah.
But, so...
warhorselegacy.org?
Yes, send your money over. Warhorse Legacy, a couple of bucks, $3, a coffee from Star Pukes. It's better to give it to them than to give it to Star.
I have to say, I'm very happy that I haven't set foot in that place in, I don't want to say like maybe 5 years.
I have never stepped foot in a Starbucks because I wasn't much of a coffee drinker, but I have been drinking the Track Syndicate blend from AmericanPrideRoasters.com. Yeah.
Before the show started, I was having some on my very, very jazzy Liberty or Death mug.
I love that.
Time for choosing in there. Actually, when we go take our top of the hour break, I'll go refill.
I love that.
So that I can
the Gaston.
Yes, it was an interesting time. We went to Bass Pro Shop yesterday, and about $200 and something later, it was a fun time. It's difficult
to get out of that store. Yeah.
It truly, truly, truly is, especially when I really didn't have any intentions of purchasing anything, but I ended up purchasing a couple of things.
They had other plans for you. Jason Goki's wearing his horse shirt right now. Thank you, Jason.
That's awesome.
Yes.
That is awesome, Jason. You need to put a picture up of you wearing your stuff and all your stuff.
Oh my gosh! What are you asking?
For pictures. He's asking for pictures, or it didn't happen. I believe that's what's happening.
Anyway.
Yes.
So no stinger, Rusty.
What? Well, we didn't say it twice, and I wasn't ready. Here we go.
Okay.
Track Syndicate, bitches.
I love that is my favorite stinger.
Mine too.
That is freaking awesome. I don't know. What where did my here we go. People who take care of chickens are chicken tenders.
Oh, that's so foul. I can't even.
And remember, we always place too much emphasis on the early bird's good luck, not enough on the early worm's bad luck.
Wow, here we go with the thinking.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
very philosophical, existential. Some existential tidbits there from Rusty.
But I do know which came first, the chicken or the egg.
Well, the chicken did, obviously.
Nope, the egg.
Egg. Come on. You had to make the egg?
Nope, it's the egg all day long. Egg came first. There were eggs way before there were ever chickens.
Reptiles lay eggs?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right. They're
birds.
Right. There you go. Birds aren't real.
No, they're not. Nope.
They're robots.
Government spies.
They're drones.
I just want to know how do they infuse the blood into robots? Because I hit a bird the other day and it went splat on my windshield on the big truck.
You did, for real?
Oh.
Yeah.
Poor thing.
It left. Maybe is that oil? The red's the oil. Not. I mean.
No, it's food coloring. Did you taste it? Did it taste like blood?
No, I didn't.
I'm sure some sort of synthetic oil made to look like blood.
Did you ever see the documentary True Blood on HBO?
No.
Ah, man.
Dang it.
No, that wasn't something that I watched.
Yeah, that was binge worthy for me. You got to make synthetic blood for vampires so they don't feed on humans. So they're a little bit more humane. Ish.
All right.
I'm happy to say that I've never seen it.
Kathy and the Bergs said they have red oil. Erica, chicken, egg, I'd have to care first. Oh my God, Erica. No. No, you didn't.
There we go.
All right, we'll be back. I don't know when we're going to cut out here, so.
We're just going to hang out.
Yep.
All right, there we go.
No, True Blood was not a documentary. I was just
teasing.
Yes.
It was a show on HBO, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Long time, like 10 years ago, 10, 12 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny because so my husband and I were talking about, I'm not saying that I'm a Trekkie, but we were going back and forth about episodes, this, that, and the other. And he's always saying, oh, my favorite episodes are the ones with the Borg, blah, blah, blah. We're talking about Star Trek First Contact. And then he's like, oh, can you check Amazon Prime to see if they have it? You have to subscribe to Paramount Plus in order to watch a movie that's how many years old? 25 years old, maybe.
Wow.
And I'm like, why?
I would like to ask the folks over in YouTube that can hear us and all that. Hit that like button on there for me, if you would, please. Says there's 24 watching, which is awesome. Let's get that like up to up to 24 or 20 or something. It helps us out maybe a little bit. I don't know.
Oh, Kathy, if you watch True Blood, then hell yeah. We need to talk about that sometime. That was something else. Oh, the Flintstones was Mike Yehudi said, wouldn't the eggs roll off the edge of the planet?
No comment.
Mike, you're starting shit. It's awesome. Oh, yeah,
No.
Yellowstone was on Paramount, too.
Yeah, that's and I hear really good things about Yellowstone, but here we go. It's almost time to come back.
Yeah. Actually, we're probably live right now. Here we go, people.
So glad you came back.
Thank you, Barbara D, for hitting it. Thank you. Yes, we had. We're up to 16 now. Come on.
17.
Let's go.
17. Hit it.
Brian said, "You are not my
Smash it.
boss. I will not hit the like button."
All right. Whatever. Hey, folks, if you'll go over to our Facebook page, Off Track Syndicate, and hit the shop button, you can go find. We got an awesome mug, over there, and you just have to kind of look around to find it. I don't know. It's all, I got to get in there and clean stuff out and move stuff around. I know, but get the mug and help us
Get
out.
all the stuff. Get one of each.
Sure.
Sure. I mean, Valentine's Day is in about a month's time, and if you've been to the stores lately, you're not going to find a lot of stuff on the shelves. So start buying some off-track merch as Valentine's presents.
Yes, that would be an awesome T-shirt to give to your spouse. She'll love it, or he'll love it. That's what
How dare you assume their gender or assign them a gender?
Or he or she, or they, whatever. Hey, look, I'm
Your person, assuming that they identify as a human.
Yes. Your loved one.
I think I decided politically, we don't talk politics here, but politically, I identify as non-binary, pansexual, or something.
At this point, I'm so disappointed with both that I'm neither.
Yeah, non-binary or pan or whatever, just so I can sound woke.
Yes, well, unfortunately, you'll be clustered with all the other ones that identify as such.
Did you see that Amy Schneider? Jeopardy Friday. She is now the champion. It was the first trans champion. Not trans champion, but trans that is a champion on Jeopardy.
Congratulations to it.
And now she's surpassed every other champion in Jeopardy history.
Clearly.
I watch it. I watch it every night.
Clearly, it has to be the very best champion of all of Jeopardy history.
Yeah,
because everything has to be a competition.
It was just crazy that
Kathy in the Berg said pronouns and gender categories are like ordering a drink at Starbucks.
Oh my God. I know. That is
me,
true.
It's a he. It's a he. You look at it and it's like, it's a dude.
Got all the sports questions right, so it's not a girl.
Wow. No, that's not true. I've known some really, really knowledgeable females of the sports persuasion or some shit like that.
Oh, they do have female sports reporters.
No, but typically.
Can't be too bad.
Yeah, typically. But I do have to say that I am very proud of the man gender for being able to completely dominate the female gender in all sports. We go over there and we become women and we just dominate, which just goes to show you that men are clearly better at everything. I'm just saying. I mean,
Don't get me started.
we even portray women better than women do. In all the. So yeah, we're number one. We are number one. So
male superiority, even when you're trying to be a female.
So I really hope there comes a day where you can have a baby. I really do.
I'm sure they'll figure it out somehow.
Well, depends on who you ask. Men can't have babies, so it all depends on who you ask.
Yeah.
Truly.
It doesn't matter what you say as long as you say it, it's true. And that's what's wrong with media. Oh, God, don't get me started. This is not what we... Rusty, give us a story. Talk about something else. Don't...
Okay,
I can't do this.
This is interesting. This is a nod towards Doc. A former SpaceX employee develops a robot on wheels that can produce 100 pizzas an hour. Stellar Pizza is a new cutting-edge robot-powered mobile pizza restaurant.
I love that idea, and I hate it at the same time that I didn't think about it, because that is freaking smart.
It's one of those, why didn't I think of that?
So robots can be found delivering food in Santa Monica, but for robots to actually make the food, you need a team of rocket scientists. Thankfully, the founder of Stellar Pizza, Brandon Tsai, T-S-A-I, Tsai,
Nailed it.
Is an actual rocket scientist. Stellar Pizza is a new cutting-edge robotics-powered mobile pizza restaurant created by Tsai and 23 former SpaceX employees. Pizzas are expected to launch in Los Angeles early next year. What we have, Tsai explains, is an automated restaurant on wheels, and we'll be able to prepare the pizzas on the way to your house, that's freaking awesome.
See, Kirk, slightly venomous Kirk, just typed exactly what I was thinking. Is it Skip that invented it?
No, it's not Skip.
Damn it.
No, sorry.
Damn it, Lacombe. The hell are you doing?
I always think it's like it's hot, it's ready. Is it good? Like
they never say it's good.
Has anybody tasted it? Somebody has to do the quality control taste test.
Tsai says that he has prepared the pizzas with the robot for a lot of the SpaceX employees. They're the guinea pigs, and they're all raving about it. Now, whether or not they don't want to hurt his feelings and this ain't as good as, Little Caesars or whatever, but they're all
said no one ever.
Little Caesars is not pizza. Let's get one thing straight here.
Look, I'm going to say something controversial.
Oh, no.
I like Little Caesars pizza. There, I said it.
Okay.
I said it. I know. I like it.
I appreciate your honesty. That gives me hope.
You're wrong,
and humanity.
but I appreciate your honesty.
So what's better, Little Caesars or Chuck E. Cheese?
Wow.
I know. Just looking at Rocky's face right now, she's like,
"Isn't Chuck E. Cheese pizza just like a DiGiorno?"
No, I think it's like a Little Caesars. But the thing, I don't know if this depends on where you live, but here in South Mississippi, you can order beer with that pizza at Chuck E. Cheese. Little Caesars does not sell beer.
That explains a lot of things that happen in Chuck E. Cheese, if that's the case.
Ooh, the ball pit.
So Tsai says where they're going to make money is we don't have real estate. We don't have labor to speak of. It's going to be a higher quality product, more consistent because it's an automated machine that does the same motions every time. So I guess if they get the all the ingredients and everything all down, that it's going to be I think it's going to be a good thing.
What does it say in that article? How the pizza is cooked? Is it in what kind of oven? Is it in an electric?
I'm going to bet. It doesn't say exactly, but I'm going to bet. Have you seen the convenience store pizzas that run it through? What is it? Hunt Brothers Pizza and the convenience stores. It runs it through a.
Is it a convection oven, like a hot air? Similar to like an air fryer.
I think so. It's electric is what it is basically, and
It's electric.
I'm gonna bet that it's something like that. It doesn't say, but yeah. So yeah, it took them a while.
I mean, sometimes I don't trust pizzas made by humans. I don't know how I feel about a pizza made by a robot, but
Yeah. So the other element of automated cooking is that no one touches your food, which is probably a good thing. It's all done with robotics. It's an added bonus in a post-pandemic world.
provided that the equipment that makes the pizza gets properly cleaned, so that you don't end up
with bloody oil on it,
getting food poisoning because something, the storage unit that holds the cheese and the pepperoni and whatever doesn't, break down.
In the chat, we got some pizza wars. Detroit style is better than New York style. Erica is from...
No, if I want lasagna, I'll
English.
Get lasagna. In the meantime, I'll eat New York style pizza.
Erica is from New England, Massachusetts, so they have their own pizza. There's got to be somebody from Detroit, Chicago.
Kathy in the Berg says if it's not cooked on a stone in a gas or wood burner, it's not pizza. Come on. Look, I don't know if they have it up north. Hunt Brothers Pizza is good. I freaking love the convenience store pizza. They have got it nailed down.
I remember Doc's favorite. I can't remember the name. Oh, if you do remember the name, please put it in the chat. But one of Doc's favorite pizzerias, he said, in the entire country was in Ohio. Well, of course it's freaking in Ohio. Like Angelo's, I think, or something.
Yeah.
Probably down the street from where he lived.
Yeah. We all tend to favor what we grew up on. It's, I know it's a bias, but I can't remember the actual name of the bias, but it's, we tend to favor things that we're familiar with, I guess. But I love my pizza from Rhode Island. We have strip pizza, and we also have pizza chips. They're like this big around, like they're just a disc, and they're just little tiny pizzas, and they sell them at the bakery.
Mikey Hootie says Chicago deep dish rules them all. Is deep dish really pizza?
It's
that's like a
pie.
different.
That's like a pizza pie.
Yeah, that's more of a pie. A pizza pie. Yeah.
Rocki.
It's like a hot pocket.
Yeah. A hot pocket.
What Nights Who Say Nee said Totino's forever? What?
No,
you know why?
My daughter eats that junk, and I'm like, no, I don't.
That's because Nights Who Say Nee is a party guy. Because that's a party
Can
pizza.
Can somebody remove him from chat? I mean, come on. Totino's, really? Isn't that Tostino's?
Not Totino's. No, the Totino's party pizzas. I know what he's talking about. It's
a party pack. You can get 4. And then I'll get full.
If you can find them.
Not
them,
anymore.
Along with everything else. I can't get the 4-pack. They're difficult to find. You cannot find them at Walmart. Go to your local supermarket, and you might find the individual ones. And I'm telling you, because that's what my daughter likes to eat. I asked her midday snack, and so I usually would buy the party pack at Walmart. And for the past 2 months, it's been very difficult for me to find the box with 4. So I just end up going to the Winn-Dixie down the street, and I pay 25 cents more a piece, but at least I find more flavor varieties.
Yeah.
And they always have them in stock. I never have issues with it.
You know what goes good with pizza and beer?
Rusty?
And that's a cigar. That's a cigar from piratecigar.com. Piratecigar.com. Go over there. Check them out. I especially want you to search in the search bar, Off Track, 2 words. Get the Off Track assortment. It's $29.95. You get a little piece of all of us in there. And it helps us out. It helps them out. Get it for your father, your brother. I don't know many women that smoke cigars. There might be a few. Erica, I think she said she smokes cigars.
The same amount of women that know everything about sports.
Right. Yeah. So, yeah, go over there and get the assortment pack, or you can get each individual one of us. priced out accordingly.
Yeah, get you a Mississippi. Yeah.
So if you really, 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 really like Rusty and you can't stock him, just buy all of the Rusty cigars.
That way
you can
get
do that. You can do that in the drop down menu when you find us on their page. You can choose each individual one, or you can get the assortment. That's piratecigar.com, piratecigar.com. Off Track Syndicate. Okay.
Nice. Pizza wars are still going on.
Yes, so it's Nights Husseini says that Lunchables Pizzas is where it's at. I don't know where that is, but
I want to know, is there anybody listening that's keto? Do we have any keto people? Because there's keto pizzas out there, and I don't know.
I bet there is.
They're interesting pizza crusts. Because keto, you can eat all the toppings, but not the crust. But people go through crazy culinary gymnastics to get the crust. Pork rinds, sausage.
Don't they make keto pizza dough with like is it almond flour that they use?
I
think almond flour is one. Isn't cauliflower one?
Cauliflower, yeah.
Sounds delicious.
I don't believe you, Melissa.
Beautiful.
I do have to say, I have tried riced cauliflower, but I only like it if it's like the garlic and herb kind.
I tried it, and I only like it when I put a shitload of shredded cheese on it. Cheese.
I usually like to eat it with like a really saucy chicken. Like if I have like an Italian chicken or something like that I can just kind of mix it in and eat it all together and just cry myself to sleep. That's
Look, all you have to do with the keto thing, I mean, I know a lot of people are up on the keto and it's probably helping them, but look, you just got to cut your carbs back. That's all you got to do is just cut the carbs back.
And eat lots of meat.
Cutting carbs. But
what a lot of people don't realize is there's a lot of vegetables that have a lot of carbs in them. Like corn is nothing but carbs.
Corn and anything grown underground is high carbs. All the vegetables grown above ground are fine. Anything in ground like beets and potatoes and stuff. Carrots.
Carrots are high carb?
Mm-hmm. High sugar.
Oh, well.
Mm-hmm. So above ground, if you're looking to cut sugar and carbs, then above ground vegetables are the way to go. And no fruit except for berries.
If you can make yourself, talking about sugar, if you can make yourself switch from the sugar sodas to the diet sodas, I immediately, and I mean immediately, lost 15 pounds when I quit drinking sugar soda. I mean, just... It was damn near instant.
I'm going to say something controversial. Artificial sweeteners are not bad for you. Only in large amounts. There is no scientific study. Everybody's going to have a friend of a friend whose cousin died or had a heart attack or blood pressure or whatever. There's going to be a million people out there saying that, but it's misinformation. And there are no studies. The only time it might be, if you drink like 20 diet sodas in one day, you might have some adverse reactions, most likely in the bowel area. But artificial sweeteners aren't bad for you. Years ago, they tried to say that about saccharin, and they did the tests on rats. But those rats...
they said that it was like causing cancer or something like that.
It doesn't. There's zero.
It came back that, science, because science evolves, apparently.
It does. Science always constantly changes. It's not it's not like math.
Yeah. So
math and science are different.
The more studies, true science, the more studies that are done, you can kind of go back and confirm. But I think that also a lot of the newer artificial sweeteners now are more like derivatives of sugar. So I think, or a more natural, like, what is it? Stevia is like derived from a plant.
I like stevia.
So I don't care for stevia. I stick with Splenda. That's been pretty much my sweetener of choice.
That was the first one. I always, if I was going to use an artificial sweetener, it was always
since pretty much it came out, I tried Splenda and I was like, oh, this is great.
Now I don't know the details on this, but I heard that now there's a thing out of Australia about diet sodas in the clear bottles being placed in the sun for a long time, that the sun does something to change some things inside and it causes I don't know.
I heard that many years
But isn't
ago
that
with
more of
bottled
the
water.
plastic? I think it's the plastic that's used to hold the drinks and not necessarily the contents of it. Because they always say that about bottled water, and
water.
It's everything that's in a bottle. I'm pretty sure that it has to do with the chemicals of, the plastic that's used for containing these things. That's why they usually say, like, if you're the kind of person that likes to use, a container to keep your water cold and whatever, they usually say like stainless steel, like these fancy double walls now, or use a glass container. They usually, that's why they've kind of stopped selling the plastic ones for that reason. It's because they always say that, the plastic, the temperature changes some components in the plastic, and then it ends up being poisonous and blah, blah, blah. Everything's poisonous though.
Yeah. It just,
excess.
It depends. It depends. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you can't say depends. You trigger to me.
You'll trigger someone. Yeah.
Scotch and Splenda. It tastes like Splenda. Gets you drunk like Scotch. Knights who say nee. He's another philosophizer.
Never tried that, but
yeah. Well, Kirk's Tasty Jill, I don't know what she's referring to, but it sounds awesome. She just likes it raw.
Oh, yes.
Sugar in the raw. Yes.
All right. Okay.
That's why she's popular.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why Kirk always has a smile on his face.
That's why they're so happy.
Yes, they are.
That's why they're so happy.
They are an inspiration for us all, for sure.
Hopefully, I'm going to call them out right here on air. Hopefully, they can start hanging out with us a little in the Zoom room. We usually hang out after the show. Whatever, a little bit. Melissa does for a minute or two. She'll say hi to everybody, but. Yeah.
I got shit to do at Sunday nights.
I know.
Man, I am sorry.
Whatever.
Oh my God. The question I want to know is, where the hell is Leslie?
Yeah, why is she not hanging out with us on Zoom? Leslie and
I'm not talking about Zoom. I'm talking about right now. She's one of our faithful.
That's right.
She wasn't here. I seen her earlier.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If she's busy,
Leslie
then she
Hooker.
gets a pass.
Hulker. Hulker with the L.
I didn't even know her.
I want to know where Heisenberg is. Where's Heisenberg?
Has she ever been in YouTube? I've only seen her on Facebook.
Oh, yeah, maybe. I don't know. But anyway, so where are we? All right, we got a few
minutes. When we come back after the top of the hour break, I am going to talk. I'm going to do a science bit, but it's going to be very controversial, and it might trigger some people. So, trigger warning.
That's okay. We can.
Controversies are welcome on a Sunday night. That's just what you need, to get you into the week ready to fight.
Well, I want it to be a discussion because I'm trying to figure out the pros and cons. I think it's good. A lot of people think it's bad, and it's an ethical thing, but man, I'm really thinking it's good, but there's so many people are going to say that's just not right, and you're going to hell, Melissa. You're going straight to hell.
I just want y'all to know that it's called almond milk because no one can say nut juice with a straight face. I mean, that is absolutely true.
This is true. Or nut extract.
Hey, quick story, real quick. Did you guys hear about Drake? You guys know Drake, the rapper singer. I think he's pretty good. I like some of his music.
Okay.
Not my style, but okay. Anyway, I know who it is.
So he was hooking up with an Instagram model, and she tweeted this. They were making out. He was really big on making sure that it was consensual. Like, do you want to have, they were lots of foreplay, first, second, third base, like big time. And he's like, "Do you want to have sex?" And she's like, "Yes."
In this day and age, he was trying to cover all of his
and that's
bases.
smart, right?
Okay.
So
give him props for that, at least.
He goes into the bathroom and takes all of his before they have sex. He goes into the bathroom, comes out naked with wearing only a condom. I guess he, manipulated himself to get erect and put on a condom, and then they proceeded to have intercourse. And then when they were done, he goes back into the bathroom, ties the condom and throws it in the trash. So later, she goes to the bathroom and apparently untied the condom and tried to pour the contents into her vagina and screamed bloody murder because Drake put hot sauce into his condom before he tied it off, just to kill the sperm or to not have her get pregnant. Yeah, to
cover his bases. Well played. Well played.
So she's suing him.
I don't believe it. I do not believe one freaking word. No. So he had enough forethought to take a bottle of hot sauce.
It wasn't a bottle. He takes a little packet.
Whatever.
Like Taco Bell.
Yeah.
No,
With some Diablo sauce.
No. I don't know. I don't know. I don't believe it. Sorry, don't believe it.
And she's pissed. If that were me, I'd be freaking embarrassed AF. Like, I'd be hiding. But she is really pissed and put it out on. I don't have Instagram, so I don't know about that stuff. I'm more of a boomer, I guess. But it was on Twitter, and he said, "Enjoy your 15 minutes of fame. I'm gonna enjoy the 11 hours and 45 minutes of the rest of the day."
No, whatever. It's a big publicity stunt for everyone involved. I do not believe for a second that she would do that and then realize, oh no, he did this to me, and then put it out there. Nope, don't believe it.
Rusty, are you kidding me?
No.
Nobody have ever tried to steal your sperm. I don't believe you have never had that happen to you.
So how exactly was there traces of hot sauce in the contents of the discarded item
before he
realized that there was hot sauce in there?
So before he tied off his condom and threw it in the trash, he poured hot sauce in it and then tied it off. So I think he was doing it on purpose. Because if not, wouldn't you just empty the contents in the toilet and just flush it? Or
why wouldn't you just put the whole condom in there and flush it? It's not going to stop nothing.
Exactly. Or just throw it in the trash open. So it was kind of like he had a feeling she was the type of person that would do that. So he's like, yeah, bitch, this is what I'm going to do.
If it was, whether it was true or not, it does sound like something that that particularly the celebrities, they're trying to cover their bases. There's going to be chicks out there that are going to say he tried to do this, that, and the other, or this is your baby, and he's just getting ahead of it. Ding, ding.
Yeah.
Slightly Venus Kirk said she wanted to name that kid in Fuego.
Oh my god.
That's horrible.
Kirk.
Oh my gosh.
Kirk deserves a prize for that.
That's a good one.
Oh my god. I love it. But I mean, so let's say the story is true. Let's just pretend for a minute.
Yeah. And
do you think Drake was an asshole for doing it, or just covering his ass?
Covering his butt.
If it was the true story, then I say he's covering his tracks. It's a CYA business.
Yeah. All right, come back. We got some more good shit to talk about.
Oh, that's funny. No, that was a huge publicity stunt to get all kinds of people talking and all kinds of junk going.
I'm sure no one has been talking about Drake for the longest time, so I'm pretty sure this is a story to put his name out there. But still, if it is an actual true story, I'm like, you know what? Yeah, absolutely. It would have been more hilarious if she would have taken the contents of the discarded item and used to baste her. And then, oh my God, my hoo-hoo's on fire. Yeah, well, you should have thought of that.
Yeah, no. I don't.
All right, let me go get a refill in my coffee, and I'll be back in 2 minutes.
Hurry up, lady. Yeah, Drake's not an ass. He could rinse it out and throw it, but the hot sauce tells what kind of person. Yeah. I guess, maybe, whatever. Jill Hightower, are you still hanging around? What the heck? I see you jump in, but then I don't never see you say anything. Come on, girl. Where you at? Miss KT Jill Hole. It's only 19 years of support here in Alabama. And stuff. All right, so y'all tell me, how's the show going over in YouTube so far? Oh yeah, Jill's still here. Hey, hon. You could message me every now and then, Jill. What the hell?
All right.
There you are.
Yes. I let the dog in here too. Hi, doggy. Don't knock anything down, please.
We got 18 likes. 18 likes. Come on. Come on. We need a couple more. Click on it.
You got it.
Thank you, Jill. Show is great, Rusty. Jill's awesome. I've known Jill for a long time.
Hi, dog.
There's Belinda. What's up, Belinda? Oh, crap. And we're probably already started. Y'all stick around. Oh, yeah. What?
All aboard.
All aboard for the shit show.
So would you put hot sauce in your condom?
Not the Tuesday. I did Tuesday was when I did that last. Come on. Okay, he put it in after. Okay, I understand. If he put it in before, wow. That could be.
Yeah, no, like I said, if he put it in after, he did it to cover his bases, because there are some women out there who will stop at nothing to get their 15 minutes of fame. And if she had any intentions of saying, well, he raped me, even though she consented or she was asked for her consent multiple times, how sometimes even when the girls say yes, they can turn around and say after the fact, no. Could be very simple because the sex sucked or whatever. They're going to turn around and say, well, he raped me. So in a way, I can probably understand why he would do something like that.
And then her vagina burned a lot.
Well, I guess that pretty much indicates what her intent was.
Yep.
I want to go through this real quick before we get into the controversial stuff. It is the top 10 banished words and or phrases from 2021 that we're not supposed to use anymore. So number 10.
Don't tell me what to say.
Yeah, number 10, supply chain.
What?
Why can't we say supply chain?
It's something that becomes automatically included in reporting of consumer goods shortages. It's a buzzword. Supply chain issues have become the scapegoat of everything that doesn't happen or arrive on time. Blah. It's
not a buzzword. I mean, there's even college degrees on supply chain management and logistics.
That's right.
So it's not a buzzword.
Number 9, and it is something that we say quite a lot in the Zoom. There's a group of us that hang out in Zoom all the freaking time. You're on mute. You're on. That is a band. Yeah, you're on mute is a
you're
band.
On mute.
Yeah, so people switched from in-person exchanges to virtual meeting following the social distancing protocol of COVID-19. And so an overused and useless word, you're on mute, is then due to ineptitude of people on Zoom. Come on, sometimes you don't notice that you're on. You can, if you think about it, go and do your settings and you won't be on mute when you come in, whatever.
So pointing out that someone's on mute, whether they meant to or not, is what? It's inappropriate to tell someone? It's inappropriate to correct someone?
I get a discerning submitter encapsulated the issue.
Quote,
we're 2 years into remote working and visiting on Zoom or whatever platform. It's time for everyone to figure out where the mute button is and whether or not you're on it when you come into. I mean, come on.
You know who wasn't on mute? Jeffrey Toobin.
Thank you. I was going to say. It's like, surely if you use Zoom, you know how to do this.
That's right. Number 8, new normal. New normal. Overused catch-all for ways COVID-19 affects humankind. Quote, those clamoring for the days of old circa 2019 use this to signal unintentionally that they haven't come to terms with what normal means. After a couple of years, is any of this really new? So, it was actually banished in 2012, but it seems to keep hanging on. New normal. Banished.
It's a new normal every day when the normal keeps changing. If the normal didn't continually change, then there wouldn't be a need for a new normal.
That's right. This one seems to keep living on, these next two. And I'll let you guess on number 6, but number 7 is deep dive.
Oh, yeah.
The only time to dive into something is when entering a body of water, not going more in depth on a particular subject or book. Do we need to deep dive into anything, really? I mean, come on.
Sure.
What do you think number 6 is? This is pretty common, and it was picked up on by... it was actually made into a song from the presidential press secretary that she said quite
Circle back.
often. Yep.
I have a
Circle
colleague
back.
who says that, you know what? I'll get back to you. We'll circle back on that. And I'm like, gosh, I really wish you could stop saying that.
Let's put a
I
pin
really
in
wish you could
this.
stop saying that.
Let's circle back about why we need to banish this jargon. It's a conversation, not the Winter Olympics. The most overused phrase in business, government, or other organization is also synergy, which they banished in 2002. But it's pretty much a blanket terminology that means nothing. Circle back. Come on. Number 5, asking for a friend. I use this. I'm sorry. I'm always asking for a friend on stuff.
We do that in humor
But
sometimes.
I'm genuinely asking for a friend.
I always am. I always
You
am.
know, I care for the people that I call friends. I care deeply for them. So when I'm actually asking for a friend, I'm asking for a friend.
Oh, me too.
No hidden
Absolutely.
agenda whatsoever.
But these people think that this cutesy phrase, often deployed in social media post, is a coy attempt to deter self-identification. Nah, come on. Whatever. Do you know a good proctologist? I'm asking for a friend.
I can't he can't find his head. Yeah.
Number 4. That being said,
Oh.
nominators cited this phrase as verbal filler. Really? None of the other ones are verbal filler? It's redundant justification and pompous posturing.
SMW.
For instance, however, or but, even that said, does the job as a transition between the wordiness of go ahead and say what you want already. Number 3, at the end of the day.
Oh, that one. I don't like that one.
It's still being used 20 plus years after the original banishment in 1999.
But at the end of the day, it's entirely up to you whether you use it or not.
Oh my God.
Quote, many things don't end at the end of the day or even the ramifications of whatever is happening. So, yeah, it's something that just will not die.
The only time that you need to use anything regarding the end of the day is when you're expecting an answer from someone that you've been chasing for weeks. Is you have until the end of today to give me an answer on this, or I'm sending your butt to the principal's office.
So I use this one, number 2. I use it. I've found myself using it frequently lately. No worries.
Oh, that's Australian, really, right?
Really. It is.
I like that.
This phrase incorrectly substitutes for you're welcome when someone says thank you. A further bungling relates to insensitivity. If I'm not worried, I don't want anyone telling me not to worry. If I'm upset, I want to discuss being upset. Despite its meaninglessness, the term is recommended to emailers by Google Assistant.
I don't
Would
know.
it sting less if it was Hakuna Matata instead?
Oh, because it means
Exactly.
no worries.
And
Exactly.
the number one most banished phrase or needs to be banished is, wait, what?
Yeah.
I love that freaking phrase. I freaking love it.
I protest. I don't think that phrase should be on that list.
Yeah, I don't think so either, because it's still funny when used correctly. It's still like on a social media post or on a meme or something. I think it's still kind of funny.
It's I don't see it being used for anything other than wait, what? Like what? Were you trying to make sense of something that doesn't make sense, and there's no sense behind it? You're still going to go like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Irregardless of the circumstances.
Oh, dear God.
I'd rather banish irregardless.
This
over wait, what?
ubiquitous imperative question is a failed response to a statement that expresses astonishment, misunderstanding, or disbelief. I like it. I think they're wrong, but I think we should all take a deep dive at the end of the day and circle back,
Oh my
which
God.
would make perfect sense. Wait, what?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
See?
It just goes
Easy.
to show you. That's not banned. It just goes to show. No?
it should be.
It just goes to show you.
Yeah. And that's begging the question.
Oh no. It begs the question.
How about you ask the question? What the frig?
At least
Anyway.
you're saying ask, not ask.
So your controversialness that you're going to bring to us, Mel, is
Okay. Genetically modified pig heart transplanted into a human for the first time. So pigs especially are, and their organs are genetically modified to help out humans. Last summer we saw that with kidneys. The reason I think it's controversial is a lot of people don't feel that we should be putting animal organs into humans. But I think this is amazing. This guy was about to die, and through certain ethics, he wasn't, because he was so ill, he wasn't able to receive a heart on the transplant list. He wasn't able to be put on the transplant list. So I think he was used as, I don't want to say guinea pig, so I'd be like, but he allowed them to try this on him and
To be the first human patient.
yes, and
Okay,
he's still living.
my
right now.
question is, but did he die anyway?
No, he's still alive right now.
Oh, well, that's cool. Okay.
Yeah, and they're monitoring him and monitoring his symptoms to obviously to collect more data for future transplants. So what do you think?
Well, this begs the question, do we do you keep somebody alive? Are you giving them a quality of life, or are they suffering through this whole thing? Are they having a quality of life? I mean, yes, there's life. Okay, yeah, great, you're alive, but how much pain are you in? How much medicine do you if you can't keep up with the medicine every day, or I mean, what if you're supposed to die and they keep you alive? I mean,
Medical advancements have to start somewhere. And I don't think that we are at a stage where we can replicate or clone organs necessarily, and that also brings in the topic of what is life and creating life in a lab in order to extract an organ. So if getting it from a pig or maybe harvest, I don't know. It's such a complicated issue in the way I see it. But if it's a pig, then I'm pretty sure that the rest of the pig was put to good use. So it's not like it was wasted. And if it's keeping the person alive, then we'll use that now. And who knows, 20 years from now, we can finally find a way to clone or use stem cell technology to actually develop a heart, or at least develop the cells that would create cardiac tissue that would create a heart, and so on and so forth. But we're not there yet. So
there was a utopian
heart of a pig.
I don't know, call it utopian, dystopian. I think the movie was called The Island, where a bunch of really rich, prominent people, totally sci-fi, but were able to clone themselves and to go live on an island. The clones lived on an island, and they were there just so the actual person could harvest their body parts and stuff just in case they needed it later on down the road.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I think.
and then Erica brings up the excellent question of,
Does he smell like
but
bacon?
does he still like bacon?
Oh, I don't know. Okay, this just happened 5 days ago, and the guy's still alive. So, and he's still in the hospital, but he was extremely ill. So I don't know what's going to happen next. I don't know if he's going to get out of the hospital or if they're just going to keep him there to monitor.
Hopefully he gets to appreciate and celebrate the life of the pig who gave its heart to him.
Yeah, Kirk. No, it wasn't forced. He was asked, and it's one of those things. You're on your deathbed. Yeah, use my body for experiments. For science, it's great. But no, he was not forced at all. This was completely consensual.
I'm pretty sure that there's some, like I said, if this was this the first transplant of its kind?
Yeah, I believe so.
For the heart. We've been using pig stuff for a while, like kidneys and valves and stuff.
I'm certain of that. Weren't they using parts of a pig to create an artificial heart with pig heart components not long ago? So this is like the next step in that progression.
Right. But they are, and I think what's also controversial is they are genetically modifying the pig heart to use on humans. They are. It's not like they're using, and they're not getting pigs from the wild or pigs from somebody farm. Like they have their own farm.
It has to be modified and adjusted to work in a human body. Otherwise, the body will reject that transplant. So, I
think they probably have to give him rejection medicine anyway. But Kathy in the Berg nailed it with, at the end of the day, with that being said, and asking for a friend, is the new normal with no worries. While you're on mute, do we circle back to the deep dive in the supply chain? Wait, what? Wow.
Perfect.
Beautifully put.
Holy.
Get her a t-shirt.
Yeah, she's,
Right?
Kirk and Kathy are on it tonight. I'm writing this shit down. So I guess that was.
It was valves. Yes, I was not wrong. Thank you, Kirk. It was pig valves, heart valves. That was used before.
So I guess it wasn't. I guess with this group, it wasn't as controversial as I assumed it would be.
Well, I think when you consider how some people will take the concept of genetically modified anything, and then you'll have the people who will defend the animals and how dare you hurt an animal, to advance the life of a human. Well, human life is more valued.
we end the life of animals every day to advance human. It's called eating.
And like I said, it's like if you use the heart of a pig and you were going to slaughter that pig anyway for food, then it's not like the rest of the pig went to waste. So
that's true.
You can eat the heart, or you can have that heart transplanted into your body.
Myself, I can't. I am unable to kill an animal myself. I can't do it. I just cannot do it. But will I eat it if somebody else does it? Absolutely. And whatever, that makes me a wimp. I don't care. But I cannot kill something. I've never
killed an animal that I would consume. But my mom grew up in a farm, and they would raise their own goats and pigs and chickens and everything, and the food has to come from somewhere. I'm sorry, I'm not one of those kids that if I was lucky that I was never showed the footage, but even if I was showed the footage of what happens to chickens and pigs and animals, any kind of livestock, in order to get the items that we consume from them, I'm still gonna eat a cow. I'm still gonna eat some pig. I'm still gonna eat chicken. I'm sorry, my life has more value than that of an animal. So,
Gilly, what'd you say?
Not you, Gilly. Not you.
You're right, Knights. I am unwilling, not unable. I can't do it.
Have you ever been
Correct,
fishing?
Brian. It is providing. You're providing for your family. And if push ever came to shove and the end of the world came around, I will eat my dog. I love her. She's a mush and a sweet potato. But if I
Salt and
have to
pepper.
feed my family, the dog goes.
Like in the
Aw.
cartoons, I got the salt and pepper shaker on her.
She's over here going
Some
like,
hot sauce. My napkin. Aw,
Yeah,
it's okay,
there's Miss Gilly making her appearance.
yes, and my
did she
dopey
put
dog's
makeup
right
on?
behind me.
Yeah, oh, she's good. Yeah, she's been pissed off when I come back from walking those other dogs. I feel
She's
like
jealous.
I feel like a cheating husband because I come
Yes.
back, smell like a couple of different bitches.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Gilly. And she gives me that look, like,
Where have you been?
yeah. But all in all, though, I think it's a fantastic thing that we're able to do that, especially
I think it's progress in the right direction.
when it's,
you know,
when I think about it personally, I know my dad has, it's hereditary, the heart problems. And if that could extend his life, as long as it wasn't extending his life on a respirator or whatever, but if it was extending his life for quality, yeah, I would totally do it.
I just want to throw this out here. This has nothing to do with anything else. And you kind of got to listen to it. If a vacuum cleaner sucks, it doesn't suck. But if it can't suck, it kind of sucks.
But if it doesn't suck, then it sucks and it blows.
well, what if
just
it
saying.
doesn't suck at all?
Yeah, if it doesn't suck, then it sucks.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, that's the
Oh, that blows.
so
Perspective.
yeah. So just remember that. And a mirror doesn't break; it only multiplies.
Ooh. Ever
So
the philosophizer.
There's that.
I haven't broken any mirrors lately, so I'm lucky. Let's see what I did there.
It's 7 years bad luck, but I know a lawyer that can get you 5, so just let me know.
Asking for a friend.
So, let's see. What else do I got here? People who have died in 2021.
Yes, because I'm glad you brought this up, because sometimes when that happens, I'm always like, I thought they were already dead. Or I feel like an asshole for thinking that they were already dead.
So a lot of people may not know about the USS Indianapolis. You probably do, Melissa. The USS Indianapolis?
Which part?
Okay, so the USS Indianapolis was tasked with carrying the atomic bombs to be took to the Enola Gay, and what is the name? Anybody know the name of the second plane that dropped the bomb?
No.
Anybody? I believe it was Boxcar Willie or Boxcar something, but I don't know for sure. Oh crap, here we go.
Yeah.
We'll get back to this on the other side.
Oh, and just like that, I'm the only one here. Hello, everybody. I hope you're enjoying the show. Hope everybody's having a wonderful Sunday evening, and that you were able to accomplish all of the things that you want to do on a weekend. And if not, well, there's always next weekend.
Gilly.
Hi, doggy.
Okay. This is
Hello,
the
doggy.
ultimate sacrilege. I'm drinking white wine out of a whiskey glass.
That's okay. Any container is a good wine container. Doggy, you're
Ooh.
hiding behind me.
Super dry. Love it.
Doggy.
All the doggies are coming out, Gilly.
She's just hanging out. She's like my warm water bottle.
For your back?
Yes. Well, I don't have a cushion. This is like the recliner that we had in the living room. We finally cleared out the den. And we put the new recliner in here, and it's very comfy, but I have to kind of lean forward so that I can be at the level of the laptop.
Gilly, come sit behind my back.
I'm not that kind of dog.
I believe we are started.
Coming
Come on,
in hot.
people, wait for us. Here we go. Okay, so Kathy Naberg says Boxcar is the other plant. I knew Enola Gay was one, but I was trying to think of the name of the other one. It seems like I remembered it was Boxcar Willie or Boxcar or something. She says it's just Boxcar. Anyway, so the Indiana, the folks of USS Indianapolis delivered the atomic bombs to wherever it was that they took off from. I know I'm terrible. I can't remember all the details. I'm going just right off the top of my head. But on the way back from delivering that, the USS Indianapolis was torpedoed and sank, and a lot of men ended up in the water. Now, because they were on a secret mission, they didn't know. Nobody knew exactly where they were. And because of that, there are horror stories. I think they said initially they thought that like 1,200 people went into the water, and sharks pretty much picked them off until they were rescued, and only a couple hundred survived, which is horrible.
That's a shame.
Horrible. Yeah. So dying this year, Edgar Harrell, 96. The last surviving Marine of the sinking of the USS Indianapolis, died this year. The ship was delivering materials for the atom bomb off the coast of, I didn't even read this, of Tinian when it was hit with torpedoes. It had actually already delivered the bombs.
Wasn't there a movie? Or a docu?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there was.
Courage, Men of Courage or something like that. Or Courageous, something to do with courage.
In 2020, Harrell and 7 other surviving members of the USS Indianapolis crew received the Congressional Gold Medal, on the 75th anniversary of the ship's sinking. He died on May 8th. So,
wow, fair winds and following seas, brother.
Yeah. Charles Grodin died this year.
That's right. I forgot that he had passed.
He played opposite of the large Saint Bernard in the movie Beethoven.
Mm-hmm.
That guy.
Yeah, that guy. He also
like a dad.
He was best known for his comedy work in films such as Heaven Can Wait, Midnight Run. He died May 18th. Let's see who else.
Just so you know, Kirk's getting 8 inches tonight.
Oh, jeez. Eric Carly, Carle, Carle, 91.
Eric Carl. Mm-hmm.
Carl, best known for The Very Hungry
Caterpillar. Mm-hmm.
One of the best-selling children's books of all time. I remember that book.
Me too. I'm still learning to
He would
read it.
illustrate over 70 children's books during his career. Received a lot of rewards. He died May 23rd. Let's see. B.J. Thomas. Anybody?
Raindrops keep falling on my head.
Yes, that's it. Raindrops
That
keep falling
doesn't
on my
mean
head,
my
which was
eyes.
featured in what movie?
Forrest Gump.
No.
It was in Forrest Gump though.
Well, it might have been, but the first time it was Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
Wow.
Mm.
I'm too young to know that.
What? That's an awesome movie.
I'm just kidding.
F. Lee Bailey died this year. Famous lawyer who worked on the O.J. Simpson trial, which never got in. He was guilty, but hey, when you have the money. Ned Beatty died this year.
Really?
Squeal like a pig.
Why didn't I know that? That'd be something that would have
Unless
hit
he
my
died,
radar.
unless he died during a news cycle that something else was, you know.
Or somebody else more famous died around the same time. You know, the whole Michael
Yeah.
Jackson, Farrah Fawcett
Farrah
thing.
Fawcett
oh,
thing,
I
yeah.
feel so bad. I mean,
He
not
played-
really bad, but that just sucks.
Yeah.
He played in a lot of stuff. He had an Oscar-nominated appearance in Network, of course, Deliverance, and the bumbling assistant to Otis in Superman. Lex Luthor's bumbling assistant, Otis. Yeah, he died June 13th.
I was in New Hampshire. New Hampshire?
New Hampshire?
That's why.
Rumsfeld died this year.
Yes, I remember that.
The director, no, I didn't know this, Richard Donner, director of such films as The Great Goonies and Superman, breakthrough movie The Omen in 76,
Wow.
and he directed the first Lethal Weapon.
Oh.
So a lot of iconic movies there. He was 91, and he died in July. Let's see. Who
Whenever I
else
hear
did-
the last name Donner, I get hungry.
Yeah.
Time for a party.
Let's see. Marky Post.
Night Court.
Oh.
Night Court. What else? She was in a lot of other stuff.
Yeah, Night Court's the thing that sticks
she
out.
had roles in Cheers and Scrubs.
See, when women really stand out to me when they're funny, because there's not a lot, not like in the feminist men rule the world type of way. It's
But
just
genuinely funny.
genuinely
you know.
funny women, and she was one of them. And they're not, because then you have these other famous comedians or female comedians that are famous, and they're like, ugh.
But they're famous for not things that you want to be famous for. They're famous for being gross. They're famous for being unfunny. They're famous because of their political views.
Yes,
and how they're
exactly.
Portrayed in the media.
Amy
It's like
Schumer,
that's-
I don't think she's funny. I'm sorry. And it has nothing to do with her political views. It's just cringe when I
she's not funny.
No.
I never found her to be funny.
Paula
Same thing with-
Poundstone, I
Same
don't
thing
think
with Chelsea Handler.
Nope,
It's also
Chelsea-
another one. It's like, what is so funny about that?
Paula
Yeah.
Poundstone, not funny to me.
No. So she landed her first series regular role on The Fall Guy. I didn't realize that.
I love that with really pretty what's
Yeah. What's her name? Damn it.
Heather not
Locklear.
no
Heather Locklear, wasn't it? Are
Heather
you sure?
Thomas. Heather Thomas.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure it was Heather Thomas. Heather Locklear was like the other Heather, the other pretty Heather. I think it was Heather Thomas in The Fall Guy.
Anyway, she
She was
started her
smaller.
lengthy tenure in television working behind the camera on production crews.
Really?
I knew. Yeah.
Wow. She gets a bell for that.
let's see. Tom T. Hall, famed country singer, died this year.
I wouldn't
he
know
was
something
known
like
for
that.
his storyteller type songs. He actually composed the classic international hit song Harper Valley PTA, recorded by Jeannie C. Riley in '68. The Harper Valley PT.
I actually kind of like that song.
Yeah.
When you listen to the lyrics, you listen.
Yeah,
I like
it's funny.
songs that tell a story, and that's a crazy story. Yeah, I might even cover that next week because that's a creepy story.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, Kathy and the Berg Bull was my favorite too.
Everly of the Everly brother, Don Everly, died.
I do remember when that happened. Yes.
Yep. Wake Up Little Susie, Bye Bye Love, Let It Be Me. They were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in '86. He died in Nashville on August 22nd at 84.
Weren't you guys there in Nashville around that weekend, or was it the weekend after that?
I think it was after that. Charlie Watts.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Rolling Stones' first drummer.
Mm-hmm.
Helped propel them into stratosphere of popularity. He died August 24th at age 80. Ed Asner.
Yeah.
Oh, that old so-and-so. Yeah, I remember.
Oh,
when
yeah.
he
He's
died.
a great actor. Too bad he was a hardcore communist socialist.
The
whatever.
worst.
He was
Worst
mean.
kind.
Yes,
He was really
yes.
mean. Like off camera, he was an a-hole. He wasn't a nice guy at all. You know, like
No,
when
he was
people
not.
die, oh, that was the greatest person in the world. I haven't heard anybody say that about Ed Asner.
Yeah, no, he was great actor, horrible person. Mm-hmm. Willard Scott died this year. God, I remember watching Willard Scott.
Is that Today Show Smuckers
Yeah,
guy?
the weather guy.
The weather guy, yeah.
Always talking about the old people. He'd always have, a picture of some old woman, 102.
Oh,
she looked
the
great.
centenarians. Yes.
Centenary.
Yeah.
Yep. He died September 4th.
With a name like Smuckers, it has to be good.
Oh, we can't forget Norm Macdonald. Oh,
Yes. Besides Betty White, the worst tragedy of the year. I'm sorry.
Betty White at the very, very end of 2021 too. You know, it's like that knife just as you're getting ready to leave. It's like,
Yes, and then they had to twist it. It's
that's
almost
Betty White. Yes.
oh yeah. Some of his greatest
Stabbed
stuff
and
was
twisted.
Weekend Update on SNL.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
was he Colonel Sanders for a while?
Yes.
Yes, he was.
That was
He
that
did
was
a
in the
good one.
time that they had different actors and different people playing Colonel Sanders. I believe so. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they had chicks playing him.
Yeah, I think
too.
Reba played the Colonel at one point.
That was cringe.
too.
I'm sorry, I was like really I didn't like that.
Yep.
Reba
Norm
and
died
somebody else.
September 14th.
Yeah, that was
Rocki, you'll know this one. Jane Powell. Her movie career began in '44 when she starred in Song of the Open Road, sang at Harry S. Truman inauguration, Seven Brides for Seven Brothers in '54. Great
I love
freaking
that
golden
movie.
age of movies right
Yes.
there. Jane Powell.
Yeah.
Let's see who else here. People I don't know. Colin Powell died last
Mm-hmm.
year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one I
First
do
black
remember. That was
hair-
close to the end of the year too.
Yep.
Yeah, it's crazy when both sides of the aisle come together for things like that. What's oh shit, Bob Dole?
Yes, he died this year.
So Colin Powell and Bob Dole, like I noticed because I listened to all the different platforms, and they were all, especially Dole and Colin Powell, people were really, it sounded sincere. I don't know, but I was really happy to see that there wasn't any.
Peter Scolari. Anybody?
Is that actor?
Peter Scolari, yes.
Yeah. Best known for his career. He started his career starring on the '80s sitcom Bosom Buddies.
Oh, Bosom Buddies.
Tom
That's
Hanks.
the one. Yeah.
Opposite Tom Hanks.
Yep.
Yes.
I didn't know he had died. I didn't even remember that he had
Yep.
passed.
He died September 10th. Well,
That's because we didn't pay attention to him after Bosom Buddies.
he died October 22nd. Sorry.
Oh,
Yep.
again, must have been one of those busy news cycles.
Yeah. James Michael Tyler. Now, he was best known for playing Gunther on the TV series Friends.
Yes,
Oh,
I do
white
remember the name.
haired.
The name didn't sound familiar when I first saw it, but then when I saw his face, I was like, "Oh yeah, I know who that is."
He appeared in nearly 150 episodes of Friends.
I think that
10
was all he
years.
was known for, too, right?
Yep, and was unofficially referred to as the seventh friend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, madly in love with Rachel, right?
Yep. Dean Stockwell. Now, most people won't know him other than from this, but he was in a lot of stuff. A lot.
He was a child actor.
Yes,
he
he
was in
was.
old Twilight Zone episodes when he was like maybe 5 or 6, and he had been in a lot of things. He was also in Quantum Leap.
Yes, Quantum
he's a
Leap is what he was best
Sam.
known for, but he played in a
Sam.
lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
His career spanned more than 70 years.
Mm-hmm. He said he started very, very young.
Yes,
So.
he was a very early child actor. Let's see. Who else we got here? Bob Dole. Al Unser Sr.
Who? Say that again.
Al Unser Sr.
Okay. Unser.
Race car driver. He won the Indianapolis 500 4 times, one of only 4 people to accomplish such a feat. And yeah, big time racer.
He's a
Michael
racist.
Nesmith.
Mike Nesmith, okay. I am the biggest Monkeys fan. Okay. The Monkeys fan of anybody else I've ever met. Like, I don't think there's. I don't know if I'm proud of
A
that
bigger
or what.
fan than you.
But Mike Nesmith, his mom invented whiteout, the correction fluid.
No kidding.
Yeah, he came from an empire. He's from Dallas. Mickey Dolenz is from Los Angeles. Peter Tork is from Philadelphia. And Davy Jones is from Manchester, England. But I'm not a fan.
She's not saying she's a fan. She just knows a lot of facts.
Whatever.
Just know.
Anne Rice
Mm-hmm.
died.
That was close to
Blamed
the end of the year,
author.
too.
Wrote more than 30 books. Sold more than 150 million copies.
I'm trying to get a ticket to her son. Her son, Christopher, is having a ball down here. I mean, like a gala ball,
dance.
whatever. And I'm trying to stay on top of his social media because I really want to get a ticket because I'm so close. And I visit First Street a lot, where a lot of her novels took place. Lestat or the Wayfair Witches, and yeah. Anyway, go ahead. I'm not going to bore you with the details.
Let's see. I don't know any of these other people. John Madden died.
Yeah, that was
yeah.
also close to the end of the year.
Yeah.
The last 2 weeks of the year or something like that. I lost some pretty big names.
I know, and I was like, oh my God, Chris Farley died again.
One of the most successful sports video games of all time, Madden NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Harry Reid. Eh.
I don't want to speak ill of the dead, but
And Betty White. Oh my God, she was great. We knew it was coming. We just wished it wouldn't have been so soon.
yeah. It's like I have to say I was so we have my family has been cable free for quite some time, for a couple of years now. And one of the apps that we have on our Roku is Pluto TV. And they rerun some classic TV shows and movies and so on and so forth. And I happened to, it was probably like 11 o'clock at night. I'm doing dishes and looking for something to watch while I'm finishing up what I'm doing. And I happened to catch an episode of Mary Tyler Moore episode. And
Yep.
it was freaking hilarious.
I
And
found,
she was fantastic, just a
yeah,
genuine funny woman. Going back to what you were saying earlier, Melissa, about actual funny women,
Yes.
Betty is
And
you
it
know,
translated great even through the generations.
yes.
Like it's still
Hmm.
funny.
uh,
Yes.
Hot in Cleveland. Freaking, she
Hmm.
was hilarious. Oh my God, she was great. I didn't realize, and I've been watching. I've said this in the past. The Golden Girls is my guilty pleasure. I freaking love the Golden Girls. Well, I didn't know that they did another series behind Golden Girls called The Golden Palace, where Dorothy wasn't part of it, but the other three characters were, and they ran a hotel.
I
Really?
didn't
Did you
know
know that?
about that.
Yeah, I've been watching that. Oh, it's great. It's just like Golden Girls.
Did it just have like maybe 2 or 3 seasons or
I
something
think I
like
think
that
it was
that kind
just,
of died? And
yeah, it kind of died out, but it was good. It was Golden
I didn't.
Girls.
I'll have to look for that. I
Hmm.
heard a little bit of gossip here that B. Arthur and Rue McClanahan hated each other, or
Yeah. Well,
B. Arthur
no,
hated
Betty.
Rue and never knew why.
Well, Betty as well. Betty didn't get along with her as well, and she came out and talked about it after Dorothy died.
How? What was her problem?
She just probably was just that, that personality. But what's strange is if you go back and you watch Maude, Dorothy, what's her name?
B. Arthur.
B. Arthur. God, I'd lost it. She was a very, very busty woman, very busty. And then when you see her in Golden Girls, I guess she must have had cancer. She didn't have any booblets.
Oh, well,
So,
the way
yes.
she dressed.
Either that or because she was supposed to portray, like a woman of a certain age. I'm pretty sure that she had to stray from wearing outfits that were a little bit more form-fitting.
there wasn't no way you could hide what she had in Maude compared to what she had during Golden Girls. So whatever.
Rusty really studied the archival.
I do really
footage.
study the boobs. I'm sorry. Yes, I'm a boob studier.
Noted.
I thought it was when Golden Girls was still on, when it was still syndicated originally. I think it was a few seasons before I knew Sophia was younger than most of them. Like her old lady persona was a get up, like she was actually a younger lady.
Yeah.
I just thought that was amazing. And her one-liners, yeah, another funny woman.
And a live
all
long
right,
syndication.
I'm done running. Done running my mouth, y'all. I'm
Are you sad?
passing it over. No,
Do you feel
I'm
bad?
sad.
Do you want to talk to
Dialing
somebody?
it in.
No.
Do you want to get on the couch?
What couch? Whose couch?
The rapist couch.
Stuff.
That's one thing. Didn't they? Now that you say therapist couch, I know that right now a lot of networks are working on reviving kind of like the old series that we all grew up watching. Like I know that they're redoing the Wonder Years from the perspective of an African American family in the 60s and 50s and 60s. But one show that I don't know how they would necessarily bring back is Frasier.
What?
When I think that at some point they were thinking of bringing back Frasier. And that's one of those shows where don't touch it. Don't touch it. It's kind of like bringing back Everybody Loves Raymond. When
Leave it alone.
When some of the integral characters of the show are no longer around because they've passed, it's don't revive the show because it's just going to open up a can of worms. So kind of like doing Frasier without John Mahoney playing Marty Crane. It's Marty Crane was just an important a character just as important as Niles and Frasier.
Yes,
the
he
same
was.
thing that with
was
Everybody Loves Raymond with Frankie and Marie.
Yeah,
Frank and Marie. You can't do that show without those characters. So
because even if their role if their role in the show was small, but they had a huge presence in it, and that was part of what made it great.
It's difficult to explain it away. I mean, and everybody knows that these actors have passed, but how do you bring that around? So,
I'm wondering if they try to redo the same thing because they don't have the creativity to make something similar to it without copyright issues or whatever, because there's so many when it comes to movies and series, people are trying to revive it, and that's great for like the nostalgia, but there's a lot of people that don't accept it.
But that's what syndication is for these shows to continue living on for new generations. You don't have to recast the parts and basically rehash the same storylines.
So did you watch it's on ABC, and I think they do this every year, every 6 months, where they take modern actors
in front of a
studio audience.
Yeah. Something like that. I'm like, if it's I don't know.
I watched it this time. Like, I didn't watch the previous ones because I couldn't wrap my head around it. I watched this one because it was Different Strokes and Facts of Life. And Facts of Life, I was like, I could not wait every week to watch that show. That was my absolute freaking favorite. And I was like, Mom, send me away to boarding school because this place sucks. I want to hang out with Mrs. Garrett because she's probably a better mom. So I love that show. So I watched it. That wasn't good.
And it's painful to watch.
It's very painful
to watch, in the same way that they were trying to do like the live action television, like TV, made for TV live action productions of Disney movies, like they did The Little Mermaid.
Oh, they did The Lion, yeah,
and things like that. It's like, it doesn't work.
No,
just leave it exactly how it is.
I think it would be okay on Broadway. I don't think it's made like that for television. I don't think it translates well. Like I'm not a theater enthusiast. Like I don't go there a lot. Obviously I live in Mississippi. When I was up north, I did go to New York City a few times, see a few plays, and I, unapologetically, I love Hamilton. But there are some things that on stage translate fine, but on the TV, like on the networks, it sucks. I even saw Young Frankenstein on Broadway, and I was like cringing before I went there. I was like, oh my God. It was like a new experience for me. I was like, this is going to kill me. Like no, it was really, really fun. It was just a different take on it. And
if it's well done, well acted, and the production quality is good.
It was. There was no Mel Brooks. There was no Gene. I can't think
Wilder.
There's no Gene Wilder. There's no Marty Feldman. There's no Cloris Leachman.
So the actors had made the film what it was.
But it was in the spirit of it, and I cannot believe, I did not think I was going to like it at all, but I really did. I relaxed my brain and had a really good time. But when they do this stuff on network television, it's very difficult to capture that. I'm sorry, I'm rambling because.
I just want to point out that the word verb is a noun.
It is.
Yes, it is.
So there's that. And every time you paint your room, it gets smaller. But every time you paint your house, it gets bigger. So there's that.
Hey, I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight, but I really want to thank Hot Rocki with an I tonight. For
awesome.
I'm not quite sure why.
I really enjoyed the conversation, and I can definitely say the audience did, and thank you so much. We got to have you back.
Anytime.
Yes.
Anytime with plenty of warning.
Yes. Thank you, guys. We'll see you next week. Same place, same time. Have a great week and stay warm, guys.
Outbound smooches.
We're still on YouTube. 1 second.